Hi everyone, it's Bev DeBono. And our technique for today is making these wonderful gift boxes using a border maker cartridge, kind of in a different way. So to get started, what you have to select a border maker cartridge, one that stays attached. And what I mean by that is when after you punch it, it stays attached to the paper and you would have to then cut it yourself. So something like the crown won't work because it breaks apart, as well as some of the others. But a good ones for this class would be like a woven scallop, pyramid keyhole, citrus slice, poinsettia is a great one. Anything with a scallop on it would also be wonderful. And I just want to show you that we're going to be using, this is the border maker cartridge, and we're going to be folding it over and using it on your gifts. So any combination of colors will work. The technique and the measurements are the same for all of these pages. I just changed the papers to make them versatile for different topics. Okay, so to get started, what you're going to need is a base paper, an outside base, and then an inner base paper. Now, your inner base paper should be something that's a little more tonal so that it doesn't interfere with your gift boxes. So like on this one, I've got a very pale pattern. You can hardly see it. And on this wedding one, it's kind of a very tonal gray. So I'm going to make the facing page for the wedding one tonight. So I'm using a black shimmer as my outer base. And for my inside, I'm going to, again, use the tonal gray. For your gift boxes, what you want to do is select papers that have a contrast, because we are going to punch on one side and then flip it over and score it, and then it will become like a decoration on your gift. So in this case, I'm going to use this black pattern, and the contrast is there's a big contrast in those colors. For the smaller gifts, again, anything that has a big contrast. Okay, and I always take a third gift just to balance it out. And that can just be a square or a tag that you have around. This happened to be a tag that was just cut to make a gift. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to keep your outer base to 12 by 12. Now, this particular shimmer paper is a lighter weight, so I'm not going to hollow out the frame on this because it is a very lightweight. If you're using a cardstock, you can make a 1-inch hollow frame in the base so that you're not wasting all this inside paper, and then use that inside to make your mats for your photos. For your inner base, we are going to cut that to 11 by 11 square. So let's get our trimmer, our 12-inch trimmer, and let's cut to 11 by 11. So that means on one side, we're going to cut to 11 inches. We're going to put it at the 1-inch mark on the right, cut that down, turn to the left, place it at the 1-inch mark, and cut that off. I started with a 12 by 12. So now I have an 11 by 11. And I'm going to go ahead and tape that down right onto my outer base. Seems to be a lot of glare. This is today. Isn't that wild? Look at the other side of that paper, and yet the tonal side of it. So always take a look at your double-sided papers. You never know what's on the other side. It could be something that you can use. And I like to mix and match many different collections. I just go do it all by the colors. So this is a black shimmer. And on top of that, I'm using shades of silver and gold. I'll be using silver and gold and a couple other things. Okay, so we have our base, and that's our start. Now we're going to start with our big gift. And for the big gift, we need a 4. We're going to start with a 4 by 6. So I'm going to cut my first gift 4 inches by 6 inches. So that's the first one, is 4 inches by 6 inches. The smaller gift is 2 inches by 3.5. So this already happens to be 2 inches. And then this is 3.5. We're going to do all this first, 2 inches by 3.5 for your second. And then for your third, you want to just have something that's maybe 2 by 2.5. And I'm just going to use, this was a tag that I had lying around that I'm not going to be using. So I'm just going to cut this now to 2 inches by 2.5. Okay, and then that seems to be those are our 3 sizes that we need. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our border maker cartridge. And for tonight, I'm going to be using the pyramid keyhole, the very pretty pyramid keyhole. Oops, see that there. And I'm just going to insert it in my cartridge holder. And this is different. We don't have a full sheet of paper. I'm going to now put the repeat on your border maker cartridge, which is, it's 2 inches. So it measures from side to side 2 inches. So I'm going to put my paper, my gift paper, sideways. And I'm going to put it all the way to the top of my border maker cartridge holder, my paper holder. Flip it back, and I'm only going to punch 2 times. Okay, so now I have my first, I've punched it 2 times. And I'm going to take my second piece, my 2 by 3.5, and I'm going to turn it so that the 2 inch is going to go all the way to the top of that border maker cartridge, that paper holder. And I'm going to punch that now only 1 time, and that is 2 inches. Okay, so now I have a 2 inch punch. So I have a 4 inch punch and a 2 inch punch. And then your last one does not have to really get punched. I'm just kind of using squares as just to offset the other 2. And that's the 2 by 2.5. Okay, now let's put our scoring blade in our trimmer. So I'm going to put my scoring blade. And on the larger gift box, I am going to score that at 1.5 inches. So turn it sideways. The tip top of your border maker cartridge that you punched out, line it up to 1.5 inches and score that at 1.5 inches. Okay, and then you can flip that over. Because now you've got a really nice crease. And on the small one, the 2-inch by 3.5, turn the side that you have that's all punched, and we're going to score that at 1 inch. 1 inch. Okay. And that is our scoring. So the big one is scored at 1.5 inches. The small one is scored at 1 inch. And then we're just flipping it over. So it's just a different way to use your border maker cartridge. And as I said, our third gift really doesn't need to be punched. It's just to offset the other 2 gifts that we had. Okay, now with my repositionable tape, I am going to tape down this top part that's scored so that it now will evenly flip down on the gift, and do that for both of them. And now we're ready to adhere these to the pages. So I have found that the big gift, I'm just going to put some tape on this. The big gift seems to line up at about 4 inches or so on the side, either the left-hand side or the right-hand side. And then the bottom, maybe around the 1 inch mark or so. And that's if you want to have them offset like that. You can, if you want. I just want to make sure you always have your options. You can stack your gifts this way, so it's not necessary that they be, offset like that. I just think sometimes it gives it a little bit more interest. So the side of the gift, the top is around at about 4 1/4 or so, and the bottom is at about 1 inch. Okay, and then with your smaller gift, I am putting the bottom tip at about 6 inches. And then the third gift is just going to overlap on the other 2. And now you can go ahead and decorate your pieces. This one I'm just going to move a little bit more. And you can change these up with all different colors. This is great for birthdays. It's also great for babies, retirements, anything, wedding, anything. It's really a lot of fun. So you see how quickly that comes together. And then I'm just going to decorate it with some of the embellishments that came in the silver and gold pack. So these are some of which you may not have thought of using as a bow, but I'm just going to make it kind of a fun little bow. And another one. And you can put little blings in there. And I'm just going to decorate that up. Okay, and then if you want, you can add other bows from, which make it kind of fun. And now we have a little section of bows. And then to complete your top, what you want to do is either punch again with your border maker cartridge, like I did on this one, and then I just cut it at 1.5 inches. And I added a little embellishment up there. Or you can put little banners to the side on the top. The Christmas one I also did with the pyramid keyhole and put that all the way to the top. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. I just feel that you need something at the top because it is such a big, you've got a lot of interest at the bottom and you really need something up at the top. And these really make really fun double page spreads. It's great opening gifts Christmas morning. This is the Christmas, the 2 Christmas pages. It's also great for birthdays. And it's also a fun one for a wedding. Now, if you want to know where to put photos on this, you can always do 4x6s, 4x4s. You can a 4x6, a 4x4, 4x4. You could also, a lot of times, overlap these this way, or I would maybe do this way, 4x4, 4x4, 4x6. So it just all depends on your photos. And you really have room for a little round one right down here in that corner. So tell me which one you liked the best, birthday, wedding, or Christmas gifts. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. It's Bev DeBono Designs. I have a lot of videos up on YouTube, very fast pages and techniques. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.